Welcome to the Going North podcast, where we will deliver you tips and techniques to advance yourself in anything you decide to do in life. I am your host, Brightmon, and every Thursday I will interview authors, especially self-published ones from various walks of life, who will deliver you information and inspiration to help you charge forward. On a quick side note, be sure to check out my book, Going North, on Amazon.com. It's available on ebook, paperback, and audiobook. Now let's get on with the show. And today on the Going North podcast, we're back at you again with another author. Not just no ordinary author. She is from the wonderful charm city of Baltimore, Maryland. She was born and raised here, so she is a native. Also a wife and mother of two. But she was also diagnosed with the androgenetic alopecia at the age of 28. And Tamara herself, she's been trying to find someone or something to regrow her hair. She's battled with the emotional effects of losing her hair and recently her eyebrows. And thanks to her publishing her first book, she has found out that through writing her first book, it's been therapeutic for her, and she hopes that it will help and inspire others who are also living with alopecia. And this is the wonderful Tamara Harvey. How are you today?
Hello, I am doing well tonight. Thank you so much.
Yes. Glad to have you as part of the Going North campaign to get authors out there and give them some publicity.
I definitely appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
That's right. So beyond the bio, mind filling in some gaps where I may have missed some things?
Sure. Like you said, I am a native of Baltimore. I was born and raised here, went to school here. I've worked for the federal government for the past 31 years. I am married. I have twins, a son and a daughter. And like you mentioned, I was diagnosed with androgenetic alopecia. And at first it was pretty devastating, a woman in my 20s, losing my hair, and I was going to be getting married and trying to cover up this, hair loss area. And instead of letting it get me down and being discouraged, I started to just try to find products to help keep my hair that I still had in good shape and condition, and then to find people, stylists or doctors or whoever, that could help me possibly either regrow or just maintain the hair that I had. And I was successful in doing that. And so I figured I'd write a book and share and maybe help others.
That is great, because when I first started saying about the book festival, I was like, what the heck? I love hate my hair. What is this about? My jewelry with alopecia. And I'm like, what is this? And then I look more deeply into it, like, okay. All right, that makes sense. Like, help folks like stop. I'm like, okay. Like, all right, that's a big topic. I mean, heck, if you see some strands of hair going gray, you go crazy. But if you lose it, you're going, lose it.
Yeah. And as young women, I've even met some men who, they weren't really happy when they were losing their hair either. So some people get confused when I say I love hate, but I kind of had a love-hate feeling towards, losing my hair. And I don't think anyone, especially when you're young, even some children who are living with alopecia, they're not happy about it. They don't like it. Like I said, there are now ways and different tools and techniques that can help you, and it doesn't even look like you have any hair loss at all. That's what made me say, you know what, I love it again. I can get that look back. I feel good again. So that's where the title came from.
So after discovering this, what trials did you have to overcome to just get the book out and just find the confidence to just talk about like this disease that's been like not only affecting women but also men? What trials did you have to overcome to get just to push that out?
Well, over the years when I was going through it, I would journal and I would keep track of what the dermatologist said when I first went, it's genetic, it's nothing you can do. You might want to try Rogaine, but you can't try it right now because you're in your childbearing years. I had biopsies, people hooking it. I tried pills and all kinds of shampoos and ointments, and it was just like so much. And the money that I spent just trying to buy products and cover the hair loss and deal with it, it just was so overwhelming that I figured, you know what, I'm going to share my story. And by me journaling and keeping track of the receipts and how much I spent and all the different people that I went to, by the time I started to lose my eyebrows, and I can laugh, I kind of laugh about it now because I do have a sense of humor, and I've learned to just not let it bring me down. Like I say in the book, I happened to look up one day and it was gone. I had resorted to filling them in with templates and everything, and I thought, I've got to do something. And so I always tell people word of mouth, recommending others is beneficial, because I remembered a friend telling me that his wife had gotten permanent cosmetics for her eyebrows, and I found a person, and that's what I did. So everything that I had wrote about, and as I kept looking back on what I had been through, I figured, let me just release all of this and share my story. I mean, I had told my story to friends, coworkers, my family, but I just wanted to tell everybody. And I had met some men along the way who were also losing their hair. And as you saw at the book festival, my poster that I had up, my androgenetic alopecia is sort of like a male pattern baldness. So I don't have any hair in the top, in the crown. And the crown is your glory there. That is like the basis of all the styles that you can get. So imagine that hair being gone, and how are you going to style your hair? And then that's where the wig, aka girlfriends, the hair extensions. I call my wigs my girlfriends because it's funny, when you buy them, some of them have names already, or I'll just give it a name. Like I said, I have a sense of humor. I like to laugh and just make fun of it a little bit. I mean, it's a serious issue, but you have to just make light of it and make do, make it work. And that's what I'm hoping to help people do.
That is great right there. That is great. Because with the times we're in right now, some folks may have trouble just seeing the humor in situations just to try to make the burden a little easier. What advice would you give to someone who's looking to add more spice into their life through humor?
Add more spice. Like for me, I don't know if you follow me on my social media. I think you do. I'm not sure. But for me, I like the idea of changing the way I look. You know what I mean? When I saw you at the book festival, I don't know if you guys could tell if it was a weave or not, or if you guys pay attention to women's hair or not that much. But a lot of people will say, I didn't even know that was a wig, or I thought that was just her hair. I like the versatility of the wigs and the weaves and just changing the way I look. I like that. Seasonally, with an outfit, putting some makeup, I always say red lipstick will help you feel better, put on a really clean dress. Or you know what? If you want, shave it all off. I've had a couple of people I have a different type of alopecia, and I don't have as much hair left as you do, and I'm going to shave it all off. And that is awesome. That's another option. I mean, for those that have alopecia universalis, where they have no hair on their body, I think if I had that, I might do the same thing. And every now and then wear a wig. It's just up to you and your comfort level. But I would say explore your options, because there's so many right now.
Yeah, because most times I see hair on ladies, if it's a wig, I'm not gonna know unless you tell me, or for some reason you do a backflip and it falls off your head.
Right. And let's hope that never happens. Ladies, if you take nothing else from me, always secure your wig. Always. Secure the wig. There's no reason that you should lose the wig. Always.
Yep, you should make that a hashtag. Make that a hashtag, secure the wig.
Secure the wig. I love hate my hair. Secure the wig.
Oh, man.
I mean, there are products and things out here that will make sure that you can secure the wig, too. So, utilize what we have.
Yeah, just make sure it's stylish too. That's right. Just keep yourself fabulous. Maybe not put like lipstick on the wig because I'm not sure if that's
No. No lipstick on the wig. But for me, I like to buy different kinds of wigs. Long, short, blonde, red, black, different colors. I like to change my look. And even when I wear my natural hair with extensions or whatever I need to cover, I tend to add a little bit of flavor, just a color, a streak here and there. Just change, and I think change is good sometimes, and it kind of helps me get through.
Yeah, it's always good to have change in your life, especially, well, not just quarters and pennies and dimes and whatnot, but just like almost like as you said before, like, hey, maybe add some red lipstick or a different dress.
Yeah. Or you know what? Sometimes you have to go to a different stylist or try different types of hair or different products. We get older, things happen, our hair starts to shed, the seasons change, it gets drier certain times of the year. In the summer we swim a lot, it gets damaged from the sun and the pool and everything. So you really have to be in tune with your body, your hair, your skin, everything. So I just recommend get in tune with yourself first. See your doctor, dermatologist, trichologist, whoever you need to go see, find out what's going on with your hair if you're having a hair loss issue. And then go from there. And, read my book, go through, check out some of the stylists that I refer, and explore like I did and enjoy it.
Yep, exploring is great.
Yeah.
So make sure you explore some good tips and techniques from the magical book that Tamara wrote.
I love my journey with alopecia.
That's right. That's right. So on this journey, have you learned any specific tips in general that you would like to give to the audience to let them know like how to deal with this and how to maintain their fabulosity?
Well, like I said first, I would definitely recommend anyone who is having any type of hair loss issue first go to a doctor. Go to your primary care, your dermatologist, a trichologist. If your stylist can test for you, let them help you. Once you determine what is causing your hair loss, start treatment for your hair. Start from the inside out. Change your diet. Nutrition has a lot to do with it as well. Do whatever it is that you need to do to maintain your hair the way you want to continue to maintain it. Like I said, for those of you who may be suffering from hair loss where you're not going to get it back or you're getting patches or complete baldness, if you're going to embrace your baldness, embrace it, and that's fantastic too. If you're like me and you just have a smaller area, then explore the references that I give and others that are out there on social media that can help you. There are awesome wig makers out here, stylists who can do just about anything to recreate whatever style you want and get tested. There are a lot of blood tests you can take, see what's going on inside, and I list those as well in my book. And I recommend some products that I use. You don't have to use them, but this is just my story and what I do. Vitamins, extra biotin, just different things that can help you with the density and elasticity of your hair, just to make the hair that you have left remain in good condition. And if you're going to a stylist, make sure that they know how to help you take care of your hair, because that's important too. Along the way, especially in the beginning, a lot of the stylists that I was going to didn't really know how to handle it. And now it's sort of like an epidemic almost. There are more people suffering, and so they're kind of forced now or more concerned with knowing really how to help those who are living with hair loss issues. So that's what I would do. Pray and read affirmations. Like I have poems and little quotes and things that I would read to help me feel good. Because some days, you can look in the mirror and say, oh, I'm beautiful, I feel great, I'm terrific. And then you might cry because, you don't want to wear a wig today or you don't feel like doing what you have to do that day, but you do it anyway. So just find something that gives you the strength and the motivation to keep going, and that's what I do.
There you go. And speaking of affirmations and inspiration, is there any book in particular that has inspired you to start your day or just to keep going?
Yes, when I was pregnant, on bed rest in the hospital for a while, and I was given a book called Prayers and Promises for Women, and it's by Tony Porter, and I put a passage about beauty in my book from this book because even though I've read it, I got this book in 2011. I read it over and over and over again. Whatever I'm going through, I always go in this book and just reread something that I read.
Yeah, I find it kind of interesting with all these diseases just coming up, and I feel like almost there's like a new one every month for some reason, or there may be old ones from like 30 years ago that have just emerged. It's kind of interesting how stuff just appears like that.
Yeah, because I never knew anything about alopecia until I was told that I had it. And you're right, it just seems to be more and more people being diagnosed with just various diseases and things that, like you said, we've never even heard of before. And it's just good, I think, to just give and help others sometimes.
That's right, because folks always need to receive and folks always need to give.
That's right. And I am grateful for everyone who has helped me along the way. When I had a fund my book campaign and T-shirts and everyone who's ordered my book online and paperbacks, I appreciate it. Everybody who came down to the book festival, thank you.
That's right indeed. Some lessons learned that day too, definitely.
Yes, it was. I'm hoping next year we'll be there on a busier day, maybe.
Yep, definitely going for Saturday.
Yes, Saturday might be the better day, or even Sunday, even. Who knows?
That's right. Or just be in the corner, be like, all right, so I ain't paid for no table, but y'all still owe me because I ain't work even last year. This is my table right here.
Well, you and I will be running for the first table then for next year. we're gonna be right at that first and second table.
Or better yet, we can both share the table. You can be like sitting there that you draw them in, and then if they try to run away, I pop out from the under table with the sunglasses and a turtle shell, like I'm a turtle monster.
There you go.
Like, hey, like get over here and get back in my book.
A joint effort. There you go. Well, hey, we'll make it work. That's what I say. Make it work. We are going to win next year.
All right, gonna have some championship belts. It's gonna be great.
That's right. Get ready. We'll be there bright and early too.
That's right. Gonna see the sleepies in our eyes and everything. It'll be fabulous.
Look, we might even have to stay downtown. I'm thinking next year we should just stay across the street.
There you go. Be like, yeah, we're waiting for the iPhone release.
That's right. So we're front and center here. Definitely lessons learned this first go round for sure. Definitely.
Yep. So speaking of lessons learned, what advice would you give to yourself if you were 25 in 2017?
Oh my gosh. Save more money. Save more money. Save more money. And 25, I would have said, finish school now. Don't put it off. I kind of jumped into work and just kept on going down that road and kind of put other stuff to the side. And now I'm backtracking, and I wish I would have done a lot of different things earlier, but they're on the list, and I'm getting them done.
There you go.
Save more money for sure, though. Save more money for sure.
The good news is you still got some youth on your side, so that means you still got plenty of time to still save. Won't be able to save all of it from the past, but you can save more.
Well, 25, I was single and carefree, but now it's different. It's a story, but you're right. Still got some time.
Oh, yeah, that's right, twins, the money pits. Never mind.
Oh, my God. I met a guy today, actually, kid, I think you're going to wind up spending $1 million before they get out of your house. And I was like, what? And he said, think about it. And I you know, he was talking to me and another woman, and I looked at her and she looked at me, and I thought, oh, I guess we're going to hear this breakdown. So, you know, it's expensive. That's all I'm going to say. Kids are expensive, so be prepared as you can.
That's right, because the price of food's being raised. Of course, gas every now and then is fluctuating, not to mention if you want to put it in private school.
Oh, activities.
Yep, activities, sports, dance recitals, hobbies.
Yes, they grow.
There you go, food bills, clothes bills.
Oh my gosh, it's never ending, actually. It's just a lot. You know, we need to sell a lot of books.
That's right. So on that note, for folks who want to get in contact with you and keep in touch with you and follow all the hair goodness that you bring to the table, where can we find you? Well,
you can find me on social media, on Instagram at TamNickHarv, that's TamNickHarv, or Facebook, Tamara N. Harvey. I'm also on Twitter at TScorp1111. And my book is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple iBooks, Kobo Books, and Google Play. Ebook or paperback. Message me, you know, DM me or whatever if you're interested in doing any events with me or you need to talk to anyone or if you need any references to any of the stylists or whatever, if you have trouble reaching anybody, just let me know. Give me a call, send me a message. Good luck to anyone out there who is dealing with a hair loss issue right now. Don't give up. Think positive and know that there's always a way to make it work.
That's right. When it comes to working 9 to 5, you can make it work.
Look, I've been working 31 years.
There you go, starting at the age of 2. My lady right here.
You know what? It seems well, not quite that young. Now, wait a minute.
All right.
Not quite that young.
Okay, 5.
I'm not going to tell you my age, but I reassure you, I was not working anywhere at the time. Working my mom's nerves, that's about it, probably. Oh, goodness.
Yep, sounds like savings bombs. Yep, that's right.
No, I'm in countdown mode to retirement soon, so hey.
Oh, there you go. Third career right there. So be sure to slide in Tamara's DMs for some motivation and where to find some good hairstyles that'll make you look like a princess, a queen, and Cleopatra all at once. And while you're at it, go ahead and pick up 10 copies of I Love Hate My Hair, My Journey with Alopecia. Pick about 10 copies up and then tell your friends to pick up about 50 copies each. It'll be great.
That's right. Order them now. On sale. The ebooks are on sale right now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
That's right, and the book is nice and thin too. It is on a diet because it wants to get straight to the point, give you some motivation, and a little glimpse into how Tamara dealt with the very stressful thing of losing hair, because hair is a very powerful thing, because not everybody can rock the ball.
No, they can't, and not everybody can rock a girlfriend either. You know what I mean? Not everybody can make it work with the wigs and everything, but you just have to find what works for you. And, you know, that's why I refer these ladies that help me, and I just say, don't be discouraged. Go for it.
There you go.
And thank you for having me. Thank you for reading my book and wanting to do this. I appreciate it.
Thanks a bunch for your tuning ears on the Going North podcast. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Be sure to, once again, check out my book, Going North, on Amazon.com and CreateSpace.com. And if you'd like, feel free to follow me on social media at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at Dom Brightmon, YouTube at Dom Brightmon, and if you want to connect on LinkedIn as well, I am there at Dom Brightmon as well. Go out there and make the rest of your week the best.